Do you need me to talk again, Jesse, or are you good?
I think I got it now. This is low. There we go. There we go.
Wow, we've got a lot of folks on here.
Best meeting in Franklin County.
Where everything's happening.
And I got to tell y'all, you missed a wonderful training last week. We had youth mental health first aid. It was phenomenal.
Wonderful. Who came and done the training for you, Jesse?
That was Mary Ann Christian and Jamie Harper. It was really good.
Yeah, Jamie was recently at that town hall meeting in Lawrence County as well. And he was on a panel. He almost went right into preaching. He did a great job.
All right, we should be ready.
Okay. You tell me, Mel, you ready? Jesse, ready?
Yep.
Okay. Well, welcome everyone to the monthly Franklin County Prevention Coalition, Franklin County Health Council meeting. We're glad that you all are with us today, even though it's virtual this month as well. Glad you could join us by Zoom. Melanie has sent out previously our minutes. So the minutes, well, there's the agenda. Thank you, Mel. And here's the minutes up there. So if you haven't taken time to read over the minutes, please do so at this time. And as well, go ahead and we can get a motion to accept the minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Okay. Mel, do you know who that was for the record? Okay, just making sure. And can we get a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Can we get
Matt.
Mel, can you make it so that everyone can see everyone for just a minute? I just wanted to, I know that we have a lot of people. We have 20 people on today. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody could see everyone. So if you don't mind, or if you can, just go ahead and put on your video for just a minute and wave at each other. It's a beautiful fall day. Just let everybody smile. There you go. Yay. Yay. There's Kim Hasty over there. Alan Burnett, the sun is in your eyes. You keep driving. Keep your eyes on the road. Hey, Paula, and Shanice, and Abby. Angie Caulfield's down there. Hadn't seen Abby in a long time. Good. Okay. Well, now we know hey, Beth. We know everybody's on here and we can see everybody for just a moment anyway. I just wanted everybody, if you need to turn your cameras back off, that's fine. Go right ahead. Just wanted to everybody see a smiling face on this Monday. So if we could go ahead and give the Health Council update. Who's giving that today?
Sophia had a sick child. And was-
Yes, so, and I don't have a copy of them, sorry.
I can put it on the screen.
I know
Okay.
she sent them in, I just don't have a copy.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, we can read over this. Looks like October Awareness for Domestic Violence is Awareness Month, Breast Cancer Awareness, Child Health Month, and National Disability Employment Awareness Month. The health department, of course, is still very busy with COVID testing. It's Monday through Thursday from 8:30 to 10:30, and that is for a nurse test. You can go on Friday from 8:30 to 10:30, and then 12:30 to 3:30 for a self-test. Self-test is also available on Monday from 12:30 to 3:30. COVID vaccine, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 10:30 and 12:30 to 3:30. That's for the Moderna. The Pfizer is Tuesday and Thursdays on Tuesday and Thursday from 12:30 until 3:30. She also added on here the link for general COVID-19 information. And Beth, I don't want to put you on the spot at all, but do you have any idea of where we stand in Franklin County or within the region?
As far as current cases,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I don't.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do you know, Beth, if the health department they're still providing services, you can go inside and so forth, or what's happening with that?
Most of the services are still done by telephone at this time, but a lot of things could be changing in the next few weeks, but as things change, we will provide updates to you all. Because we should be getting information about Moderna boosters in the next week or so. So we'll have information about that, and then looking at service offerings as well. But we are still providing all of our services. Most of them are still done by the phone though.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. And who is this speaking? Because I can't see.
This is Haley, the health department director.
Okay, thank you, Haley. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Okay. Haley, is there anything else that you need to add as far as the health department?
Fight Flu Day. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Fight Flu Tennessee Day is November the 9th, and we will be doing that here at the health department. Flu shots for anybody from 3:30 to 6:30. So you can just pull up and get your flu shot if you would like to do that. And then we are working with Bonita currently on school flu shots. So currently in the process of arranging all of that.
Okay. All right.
You say
Thank you.
December 9th,
November the 9th.
November the 9th. Thank you. I'm doing minutes, so.
You're welcome. Yeah.
And Beth, it's also being recorded. So if you need to have to go back for any kind of anything, I'm sure you can get with Mel on that.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, not a problem. Okay, Franklin County Prevention Coalition update. Jesse?
Okay, I couldn't unmute for a minute. So once again, we've got our newsletter, all the information we keep growing and we keep getting bigger, which is awesome. And so we have a lot of different programs, a lot of different grants. So all of our updates are on our newsletter. So they were emailed. No, we tried to email them out. I don't think they worked. So you can go to our website, fcpctn.org, and you can download this. They are available in print if your organization wants some. The key thing here is that there's been an alert that's gone out statewide. This is a national problem. I believe most of you would have received an email from our organization or another. I know I got it about 5 different times. So, you know, the state's done a good job of disseminating this. But we've known for a while, there's a trend of people buying counterfeit pills or pills that they don't realize are counterfeit, and they are counterfeit, and they contain fentanyl. The big trend right now is they're buying them on social media. They could, you know, they look like Adderall, they look like Xanax, Percocet, there's some more I can't think on the top of my head. But they contain fentanyl, and people are overdosing. So just remember, one pill can kill, and get that information out so that, you know, people are just aware. Addiction doesn't discriminate. So don't think that, you know, you only have to tell this type of person or this particular, you know, clientele. You know, that's the thing with substance use and addiction is you just never know. So just, you know, talk about that. Like, hey, have you heard, you know, and just get that word out. Like us on Facebook. And when we put things up there, you know, as a coalition member, the best way that you can help is help us spread the message. And so sharing those messages and interacting with those messages so that when you interact, it helps the analog or whatever of Facebook, so that your friends can see that you're interacting with this. And when you share it, it's more likely to come up. Is like the number one way that you can help us spread the message when we have something going on. And Mel, if you just kind of want to click through that, we have a lot of updates. We have a lot to go through. So I don't want to spend a whole lot of time when I do have that newsletter. Please take the time to go through that. Even if you're just kind of skimming, there might be something in there that, that interests you, that you want to be a part of. We're going to talk about Red Ribbon Week here in a minute. That's just one of the campaigns that we're working on, that you can get involved in. And, love that you guys are coming to the meetings and that you're engaged, but there's so much more that you can engage with that only takes a couple of seconds. So you can read about everything that we're doing right there.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jesse, for that update. And the newsletter is outstanding, by the way. I do want to add something about that announcement that come from the DEA and through the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation regarding the fentanyl. Something that we need to be aware of, it's not only coming within the pills, that it can be coming in any form. It can be on marijuana, it can be as well as the CBD oils that they're having, the THC oil. So just need to be aware that, the overdosing is possible, and is that you, Mel, doing that?
Oops, sorry.
No, that's okay. I thought I had done something. I thought, I'm really not touching anything. Okay. So just to be aware that it's more than just the counterfeit pills, that it's also in other substances that are being used. So just wanted to give everybody that reminder. So this month's monthly spotlight is going to be Mad Sam. Tammy Bolts, gosh, Tammy, you'll always be Tammy Nance to me. Tammy Nance Bolts, I have known her for forever, it seems like. Long time going back, but very proud to know Tammy and everything that she's been able to accomplish over the years with Mad Sam and with her children and all that she does, and what a benefit to Franklin County that Mad Sam, as well as yourself, is, Tammy. So at this time, we'll just turn it over to our monthly spotlight, Mad Sam, Tammy Bolts.
All right, yep, like I said, I'm Tammy Bowes with Mad Sam, and that is Making a Difference Suicide Awareness Movement here in Franklin County, and then other counties we'll go to. We've really not got a whole lot going on with us right now. We just come out from our walk, which I'll tell you a little bit about that. That was on September the 11th. We done our walk this year, which in 20, we did not able to have it because of COVID. We was really worried that if we was going to be able to have this year, but it was a success. We did have it. We had a good turnout. We fed approximately over 200 people. We had our memory lab. We done plaques for everybody that was on our memory board. We done a memory plaque for them with their picture and the stand and the year and everything. It says the walk on it that we got. We raised some money, which we needed because all of our funds had run out with COVID and not being able to do no fundraiser. So now we are back on our feet and we have some money back to be able to do for the county. So it was really a blessing to be able to have that and to be able to go around and socialize. This year I had a good group of people that worked with me and was able to give me the time that I needed to be able to go around and socialize and talk with all of our families. So I really loved that part of it. I was able to socialize more with the people. But then our next thing that we got going on is going to be the Harvest Fest for Camp Brain. We'll be out at Camp Brain. We'll have a cabin and we'll be able to sit there and socialize with people, give out candy and give out some information also with that. Another thing that we got going on, we are wanting to help a family that has been affected by suicide for Christmas. So if anyone knows a family that would be in need, you can do it through our email or have them to email me or text me. We'll take all the names and everything, and then we'll go through and figure out which one will help. But that's something. And I know one year we tried this, we was able to help a family, but it was not they weren't affected by suicide, but they was in need. But we'd really like to find a family that hasn't been affected by suicide. that we could reach out, and make their Christmas a whole lot more better since we have the funds now to do it. So you can reach us at madsamwinchester@gmail.com, or you can go onto our website, Mad Sam Winchester Inc. And then you can contact
Is
me
that, I'm sorry, is that .org.net? Mad Sam Winchester.
at gmail.com.
I'm typing it in here for you.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was like, hey, this is like my second Zoom I've ever done. And look, I'm sitting in the office with it. I couldn't do it on my phone. So I'd rather be in person with everybody. What was it? Oh, my telephone number, 931-308-3371. And another thing we need to put out there is that me and Alan are doing the QPR training. So if you know of anywhere around or anybody that would like to, I'd really like to reach out, get some families that have been affected by this and do a family groups with people. That's what my goal is. I'd like to do. And because it would really help them to know and then keep from it going on down through their family. People just think that if it's happened one time in their family, I hear a lot of people say, oh, it won't ever happen again. But, the stats are higher than that. It tells better difference than that, And so if there's a big group, a big, large family that needs this, it would really help them. There was some other thing I was going to try to. Oh, and I also done the youth mental health training too last week with everybody, with Marianne and Jamie, and that was really good. So a lot of people, that needs to be taken. People need to take that course. It would really help. And the workbook is awesome. I've been going through it too. I think that's it.
Yeah, I can tell you, Mad Sam's been a really good partner with the Prevention Coalition. We serve the same families typically. The risk factors for suicide are very similar to the risk factors for substance use. We do see a correlation between substance use and suicide. We know that with like our DEG program and drug endangered children that, when we talk to adults who were drug endangered children, that, suicide thoughts is something very prevalent in them. So we really do work in the same clientele. We work in the same circles, and, oftentimes we're sitting at that same table helping each other out. So Mad Sam's a great organization, a really good partner. Tammy's a wealth of knowledge. So if you guys ever need help or someone who does, make sure you reach out and call her.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Tammy. And again, thank you for the work that you've so diligently done in creating your organization and reaching out to those families who have lost loved ones to suicide. So we appreciate that, definitely.
Thank you.
So Kim Hasty, you are next on the agenda to talk about the National Disability Employment Awareness Month.
Yes, thank you very much for allowing me to present a little bit about Disability Employment Awareness Month today. October of every year, that is what we do celebrate. And National Disability Employment Awareness Month is an annual awareness campaign that takes place, every year during this month. And the purpose of National Disability Employment Awareness Month is to educate about disability employment issues and to celebrate the many and varied contributions of America's workers with disabilities. And this year's theme is America's Recovery Powered by Inclusion. I don't know if y'all can see this, but these are our posters for this year. It's all backwards, but so the history of National Disability Employment Awareness Month traces back to 1945 when Congress enacted a law declaring the first week in October of every year as National Employ the Physically Handicapped Week. So in 1962, the word physically was removed to acknowledge the employment needs and contributions of individuals with all types of disabilities. And then in 1988, Congress expanded the week to a month long and changed the name to National Disability Employment Awareness Month because it's individuals with all types of disabilities. So individuals in our workforce with disabilities include those with mobility impairments, vision impairments, deaf or hard of hearing impairments, speech impairments, impairments, respiratory impairments or chemical sensitivities, psychiatric impairments, cognitive impairments, just to name a few. So we all work with individuals with disability that we a lot of times can't see, their disability, but we work alongside individuals every day with disability. So of course, individuals with disability are still underemployed compared to those without disability. And according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics with the U.S. Department of Labor, about 17.9% of persons with a disability were employed in the last year, 2020. And this was down from previous numbers from the previous years. And it looks like that reflects the impact of the coronavirus pandemic that we have been in. And so half of all persons with disability over the age of 65 and older is the age range. Across all age groups, though, persons with disabilities were much less likely to be employed than those with no disabilities. And that also goes across all attainment groups. Unemployment rates for persons with disability were higher than persons without a disability. So in 2020, 29% of workers with a disability were employed part-time compared to 16% of those without a disability. So as you can see from those numbers with the Department of Labor, individuals with disability are still underemployed in our country. And so reflecting this year's theme, we want to spread the important message that we value all perspectives, including those of individuals with disabilities. Our economic success is not possible without these individuals and the inclusion of all Americans, in particular individuals with disability. And the contributions that they have made have been historical in our nation's success, and they're more important today than ever. And so we want to continue to build an economy that fully includes the talent and drive of those with disabilities. And I work for a program with the state under the Department of Human Services, which is vocational rehabilitation. So I don't know how many are familiar with vocational rehabilitation, but we serve individuals with all of the disabilities that I mentioned earlier. And our services are specifically for assisting individuals in getting into employment. That is what we call the name of the game. That's what we do every day. And so we are in our county, Mayor Alexander, and every year I usually, with the mayor, the last few years with Mayor Alexander, he will actually do a proclamation signing for Disability Employment Awareness Month, and he'll sign that. And we're actually having that signing this week on Thursday, which is October 21st at 10 a.m. So I wanted to invite anyone who would like to also be a part of that. It will be at the mayor's office at the annex, and that's where we'll be on Thursday to celebrate National Disability Employment Awareness Month here in Franklin County.
So Kim, can you share with the group where your office is located or your facility?
Yes, of course, we are going through a transformation, but we are currently housed here at 135 Baxter Lane. So we are in the industrial park. There's a transformation that's been occurring. It's ongoing. It's been ongoing for a few years now, to where we're providing services in the past facility-based. So they were always we provided in our facility. We are now providing more services in a community-based setting. So that's why we're in this building, but we are looking at downsizing. We don't need the space that we have here. We have a 12,500 square foot building, and we really only need a couple of offices anymore, because we are going out onto job sites. We're working directly with employers and our customers on the job, as well as meeting individuals where it's convenient for them to actually provide our career readiness classes. So in the past, individuals always came here. We did classes in a classroom. Now we're of course, the pandemic, we've all been able to adapt and make some changes and be able to expand the way we provide services. So we are providing some of those services now through Zoom or some of the other platforms. And then we're also, like I said, going out and meeting them, whether it's at a school, at a library, housing project, a housing complex. We're going to where it meets the needs of the individual, because not everybody can get here 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday. So we're trying to be a little bit more accommodating so that we can reach more people.
So what are some of the skill sets that you all teach, I guess, your clients?
Our workplace readiness skills. So we teach them basically just starting from the very beginning, just good work ethics. We teach them how to disclose disability or not to disclose disability. We want to teach them self-esteem, pride. So there's a lot of different categories that are covered in our career readiness. And even prior to doing the career readiness, a lot of times we'll do a career assessment. We really want to get to know that individual, what their interests are. We find that individuals that are interested in what they are going to go to work in, a lot of times they will stick with that. They'll have good work behaviors. They'll be able to stay on task, follow instructions, work independently, just become a really good worker. It's a shame because so many individuals, they go to school, they go out, they get a job, they don't really realize what all it entails. And so being able to have this type of career readiness training to help them identify a career and then be able to explain what it means from the very beginning of how to be a good worker and what that employer, what those expectations are with the employer. That's just really important. And so many say, I wish we had this, in high school. And I know we are expanding and doing a little bit more in high school with a lot of the pre-employment types of services out there. But being able to get it, the type of training that we offer is just more extensive, and we actually can take them from that training actually into the workplace, onto the work site, and put it to use, do the hands-on with them. So it's a great program for all ages. So it's not just students. We do serve students typically age 16 and up, although we are dipping down a little bit into ages 14. We can't do the actual work site training with that, but we can do the classroom portion. And then ages 16 and up, all the way up to 116. So.
And I'm sure you have some great businesses in Franklin County who are working with you all to make sure these folks get employed.
Yes, and we do have a lot of great businesses. I have an advisory board, so I've got some local business leaders that are on the board, as well as just having good relationships with the businesses in the community. And there's times where we have to go out and meet new businesses because the individual is interested in something that maybe we don't already have an established relationship with. So we really want to try to find a career, a job that works for that individual that they're most interested in.
Thank you so much, Kim.
You're welcome.
Appreciate the work that you're doing ongoing. I know I've known Kim for many years as well.
Thank you
So
so much.
does anyone have a question for Kim or about the work that they're doing? Okay, again, thank
I had a question. I just can't figure out how to unmute. As much as I'm on Zoom, I keep forgetting. Do you ever have a need for internship or some, a few weeks of work experience type thing? Is where, being grant-based, I can't always hire, but, sometimes we've got, we just need some extra hands, but, we can provide that experience of how to answer the phone, maybe work in Excel, do some very basic, office type skill work.
That would be great. Yes, we're always open to paid and unpaid internships, or we've been dipping a little bit and looking into more apprenticeship, but yes, internships or what we call work-based learning or work-based training is great, and it could be unpaid. So yes, if you're needing some assistance, a lot of times what you just described, those are the jobs that are usually difficult for us to be able to find for someone to actually get that experience in, is office work. It's pretty easy to food service or stocking or, some of those other jobs, janitorial, but the actual office type skills and janitorial. I don't know if you ever need any of the cleaning too, but that might be something that we could definitely connect with based on as we work with our customers or our clients, as we start working with them, being able to identify what those needs are, and then I could reach out to you to see if that's something that you would be willing to allow us to have that person come in and volunteer basically and learn those skills.
I think that would be a really neat partnership for
Mhm.
us. That's a conversation me, you and Eric probably need to sit down and work out.
Yes.
But my wheels are turning. I think we probably will do something there. So that's
Okay,
awesome.
that sounds great. Thank you.
Wonderful. See, best meeting in town.
Yes, it is.
Is Emily on?
She wasn't able to be on the call today.
Okay, I saw that she was next on the agenda, but so Jesse, you want to talk about all the exciting things that's going to happen during Red Ribbon Week?
This is coming up on the busiest week of the year for us. Red Ribbon Week is always the last 7 days of October, the 23rd through the 31st. If you're not familiar with Red Ribbon Week, it is a national campaign put on by the DEA in honor of Agent Kiki. Agent Kiki was a DEA officer who was brutally kidnapped, tortured, and murdered by drug cartel and drug traffickers. His vision, and that was back in 1985, had to think. And his vision was a drug-free America. So after that happened, people started wearing red ribbons in honor of him, and then that just kind of evolved into what we have today, which is a week-long campaign of substance use and misuse prevention work. You see it a lot in the schools, where, particularly the elementary schools, this is where they really start getting into some of that education with the young folk. And they'll do, dress up days, sock it to drugs, and just different wacky days, and, try to make it fun, because kids learn and remember more when it's fun. So next week we will, and actually starting this week, so we couldn't get everyone to fit in for next week, we'll be hitting the elementary schools, just going in, doing some very basic education. We will also be getting to the middle schools and doing the same thing there. With middle schools, we dive a little bit deeper. They've had a little bit more access to things. They have a little bit more knowledge. When we're talking to elementary students, I don't ever want to introduce an idea to them, but I want to be there to answer the questions that they do have, and to give facts and to clarify some misconceptions. But we did this last year because with COVID, we weren't able to get into schools. Everything was pretty much shut down. So we made it a community-wide event, and we are working on doing that again this year. We will have red ribbon posters up at participating organizations, and to promote Red Ribbon Week and what it stands for. There is a QR code. Mel, I said it right. QR code that will send you to our website with information on what Red Ribbon Week is, and with some substance use truths and facts. We are also working on doing a scavenger hunt / bingo card, where all of these posters that will be in businesses across the county. Last year we focused on downtown. This year we are spreading out all the way from Winchester to Deckert, all the way down the boulevard, where on our posters there will be drug facts. So we'll send out these bingo cards. We're gonna put them at the library. We're hoping. We haven't had a chance to talk to the ladies yet, but where you can pick up the bingo cards, and you can visit these these businesses and find the facts and fill out a bingo card. And when you get a bingo, turn it back in to the library, hopefully, and then we'll give out a prize. So we'll do a drawing for a prize. So we want it to be interactive. We want it to be engaging. We want community support and help. So if you, because I know we have a lot of regional people on this call looking at it, but if you have office space or business here in Franklin County and you want to participate, please let me know so I can stop by and give you a sign. It'd be a really good way to support us and for us to help get the word out, that you are supported and that you are a member. And because we're gonna have to put the list out of where to find these different flyers with the drug facts in order to fill out the bingo card.
Jesse,
feel like
when y'all go out to the schools, are y'all going to be giving out those cards to the kids then as well?
We'll give out the bingo cards there, and then we'll have them at the library. Hopefully, again, I haven't confirmed that. Kathy, we're coming to you. We're going to be at the Boo Bash, but that's the last day of Red Ribbon Week, so I don't think I want to hand them out there. We want to really do it leading up to it. So I got some things to finalize. It's been a really crazy time here. We had Mel and Paula go through the CADCA Academy, and we redid all of our implementation plans and things like logic models and so those who have it, because I know we've got quite a few members who've gone through the academy, you know how much work that is. So Red Ribbon Week's gotten off to a little bit of a later start than normal, but I have no concerns that we're not gonna be able to pull this off because we got such great partners out there.
Miss Kathy has typed into the chat that they would be glad to help in any way possible.
Yay!
And we are only seeing a limited grade level, so not all kids will come home with them. So if your kid does not come home with one from the schools, then you can pick one up at the library.
Would it be possible that it could be on the website and they could print them off from the website?
Oh, that's
Great
a
idea.
good idea. Oh, Mel's writing down right now.
Yeah. You can
Love it.
promote that on your Facebook page that, if you want to get one of the bingo cards to go on the website and then print it off that way. And just in case, the kids don't get it home from school or don't have, a chance to go by the library. That way everybody can have participation.
Thank you, Kathy. That's a
Absolutely.
great idea.
Hey, that's one for the day. That's it.
So,
Oh, and I just put in a corrected email address for MedSam. I typed it wrong. And then I also put their website in the chat as well. Next month, we do want to spend some time talking about some ideas that we have for the coalition and some things that we want to do that we'll need some participation in. We, like I said, just going through the CADCA Academy, which is CADCA is the national coalition, and they do a lot of the trainings to help us at the local level. It's something I went through when I first started, and then Paula and Mel just went through it now. So it's a really good refresher for me and a really good learning experience for them. And going through that, there's, all kinds of ideas sharing, and it's like, hey, we could do that. So we really need you next month because we want to go through this, and it really needs to be a group effort, not just coalition staff, because the coalition again is everyone working together. So we're not going to ask a lot of work, I promise, but we do need some idea sharing and seeing how we can further our movement. I think in the past, a couple of years, we've really grown. I don't know if I had a chance to announce this, but we do have 2 new grants that came from the state. One, I know I've mentioned before briefly, is SOAR 2 Coalitions. So that's the state opioid response. And that's where like our ropes, that's the grant that they work under. But this is prevention money, and it also not just for opioids, but also for stimulants, because what we're seeing is that the stimulant use is being coupled with fentanyl and causing overdose. So we really want to do some prevention work in stimulants, which is not something we've had money for forever. It's been a long time since we've been able to do any kind of stimulants. And the age range on that goes up to 24. So rather than stopping at 17 like my other grants, we're able to get that young adult. And what we know is that by the time, between 18 and 24 is really when we see the onset for stimulants. That's when the meth use starts. So we're able to put some prevention in up to that point, and then also into that 18 to 24. So we're super excited for that. The other one that we've been approved, we have a budget. We don't have a signed contract from the state, but they're saying I should get that this week. And that is for marijuana. So that's really exciting. We've never had state funds for marijuana. And so this is marijuana prevention. And again, that is ages 12 to 24. So we get to get that young adult group, which is very, very important. And with today's climate, putting some effort into marijuana prevention, I think is really exciting. And we're going to be able to talk about Delta 8 and some of that other stuff that's coming out that gets really confusing for young people. So super excited. So we keep growing and keep adding. And in order for us to continue to do that, we need more and more community support. I think Franklin County is very supportive of what we do, and everyone is behind our value and our mission, which essentially is let's keep kids off drugs and make a better tomorrow. But just a little bit. If we can just move this a little bit further, I think that we can have some excellent outcomes. So we look forward to spending some time on that next month.
Thank you, Jessie. A couple of things. I know Matt's on here, but I don't see Dustin. But
He's in
recently,
training.
He's in training? Okay.
Mhm.
But Matt, I know you and Dustin spent a lot of time together. So one of the things that I was going to mention, recently in a town hall meeting, Dustin stood up and talked about the over-the-counter or the items being sold. And I know, Jessie, we've been on this bandwagon before, and definitely a pet peeve of mine, that's been sold in the convenience store. And actually, even there was a comment made about how once you can't overdose on this stuff, especially when it was the bath salts and the fake marijuana and so forth out there. So I don't know if that's something that you all are looking at. I know that Dustin spoke about it during that meeting, so I know that's something that he's very much interested in talking about. So, okay. Announcements, upcoming events. Mel, you're going to put those slides up there? Okay, wonderful. Anybody have a question for Jessie or anything going on? Okay, community calendar. Stay connected to what's happening in Franklin County. Let's see what's happening, Mel. Tennessee Save a Life. Virtual trainings are every Thursday. Dustin and Matt, and I know Matt's on here. So they have those meetings every Thursday. And are they promoting those anywhere besides on the website through the community calendar? Is that also on Facebook and so forth? Okay, wonderful. Big Drug Take Back Day going to be at the Farmers Market, October the 23rd from 8 until 12. That is a rain or shine event from my understanding, right, Jessie? Yeah, okay, so wonderful. Hospice, a 5K turkey trot, October the 23rd. Tims Ford State Park, check in at 7:30. The race starts at 9. All ages welcome to participate in person or virtually. So that should be, I'm looking to see if there's a cost on, yep, there it is. Individual entry is $35 and $100 for up to 5 individuals. So, okay. All right, next. Celebrate Red Ribbon Week. Everybody say that really fast 3 times. Red Ribbon Week. So some exciting things going on there. I know that because Franklin County is one of our drug and danger children response teams, that Barbara is working on having the Timby Talks author of that book come over and do some a reading in the area. Boo Bash, is that what's next? No, Tough Talks. Tough Talks, Thursday, October the 28th. Intimate partner violence and reproductive health. A Step Ahead in Chattanooga, 6:30 to 8. Does anybody know what age group this is good for? No. You know, there's so much dating violence, and I know that we're working on in our counties putting together youth community resources. And this is an area definitely for young adults going into dating violence and so forth. Okay, next. Dance Across Tennessee, live line dance virtual party for families and children. Save the date, join us on October the 29th, 12 p.m. This is really cool. I have not seen this one, the Tennessee Department of Health and other multiple partners doing this. That's a really cool event. Okay. There it is. I was just one slide ahead, the Boo Bash in historic downtown Winchester. Looks like a lot of great activities from 3 p.m. until 10 p.m. Now, I know the trick-or-treating is just going to be like from maybe 3:30 or 4 to 6 or something like that, but there's other activities going on throughout the entire evening, so really encourage everyone to go out to that as well. Camp Rain presents Harvest Fun Fest. So y'all are coming off the road over there, not enough room at the Rain Teen Center for all the activities going on, so you're taking it out there to the beautiful camp and have everyone out there for free food and drink, candy, cotton candy, candy apples, and games. 626 Bennett Cemetery Road from 3 until 6 p.m. Okay. Of course, here's the information again about the fentanyl being placed in the pills. I know that the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, along with other state partners, had an interview with, I think it was WKRN Channel 2 News recently, and shared this information. Again, it's not only in the pill form that the fentanyl is being found and located. Just need to share this information with everyone that you can. I know, Jesse, I sent to you and the other coalition directors that I work alongside across the state a YouTube video link recently. And it's all about overdose, and it's Dead on Arrival. It's the name of that if you want to go on YouTube and watch it. And it is about young people who have overdosed on fentanyl and not even realizing that they were taking fentanyl. So
is that appropriate to share on social media? I mean, I wasn't sure how far out the reach could be on that.
You can.
You know, those things are limited.
Yeah, I don't know, Jesse. I mean, I can tell you after 2 o'clock today, because of where I got that link, a lady out of Colorado is wanting to partner with us. And so her son was one that had passed away from a fentanyl overdose. So I will be able to share with you this afternoon about how far we can reach with that and what we could do with it.
Okay, because that means it's not just like a 3-minute video, it's like a 20-minute short film.
Yeah, and it's very well put together. Yeah, very well put together. So yes, don't know. I shared that with you all thinking, you know, because I know you just recently got some grant funding and you're required to do town hall meetings and so forth. And I thought, wow, you know, what a, you know, at least conversation starter around this. So, okay, any more announcements on here or upcoming events that you have, Mel? Another slide. Oh, the next meeting is November the 15th. Okay, if we could go back to the full screen of all the participants, we'll see if anyone has anything that they need to announce or want to share at this time.
Hey Tabitha, I got something. This is Alan.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, I just want to thank the coalition and everybody that's supportive of the coalition for supporting me and my recovery. Next Wednesday, I'll be celebrating 15 years of sobriety. I can't thank you guys enough for your support, your motivation, education, the whole 9 yards.
Congratulations, Alan Burnett.
Thank you.
Wow. Kudos to you. I see hands clapping, either virtual or not virtual. Yeah, wonderful. Congratulations again. And what a road that, you know, Alan, so many people, I don't know that they understand when we have people in recovery, and we've got certified peer recoveries on here. You know, we've got you, we have Matt on, Dustin's in a meeting, they said, or a training. You know, it's just so many people. It not only changes your life, but it changes your entire family's life. So congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, anyone else?
In the chat, we've got one. Trails of Tears Walk on October 23rd, gathering at 11:45 at the Pavilion on Old Common Road for blessing, and then walk 0.8 miles to the library for other activities and displays.
Melanie, were you saying something? You're on mute. Oh, okay. All right.
We are hoping next month to be blended, trying to get back in person. Keep an eye on your email, because when we put out the announcement, we'll say how many people, you know, it really just depends on what the recommendations are and what COVID looks like, but it seems to be coming back down in the areas, knock on wood. And so, you know, we'll of course follow advisement, but it looks like we may be able to do a blended meeting again next month. From now and for the foreseeable future, Zoom is always going to be an option. I think that, you know, we've got so many regional and statewide people that are able to join that it's just silly to ever stop doing that. But yeah, I think that we always get more out of things when we're in person. Maybe that's just because Tabitha trained me and we are people. But so, you know, we want to get back to that as soon as possible. But Zoom will always be an option.
I think that's one thing that we learned out of the whole 2020 experience, that, you know, there are other alternatives and that it didn't stop us from doing our work or being with people. You know, it's just a different way of doing it. So, does anyone else have anything you want to share before we close out the meeting this month?
If anybody has any events that you would like us to add to our community calendar, we are wanting to build that up, because there's a lot of places all over our community that does their own little calendar. So I'm hoping to pull a lot of that into one and be the place that everybody goes to find out what's going on. I'm trolling on Facebook and a couple different websites looking for events. And Miss Kathy, I'm sorry, I forgot to add your event. It is on our community calendar, but I didn't add it to the agenda. So I apologize for that. But if anybody has anything that would make my job easier than having to search for it, if you will send it in, please, and thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, if there's nothing else.
Sorry, one more thing. I'm going to put a shout out for Eric. And say that the Christmas Angels registration is going, the orientation is going on. So if you've got clients that need help for Christmas assistance, that have them give Kim Pora a call and get signed up for orientation.
I see his letter on the screen, his E.
He's here. He is multitasking, getting stuff ready for to bring some stuff. There he is.
Oh, there you are.
So his
You're
hands
muted, by the way, Eric.
Yeah, you're still muted.
Yeah, let's just keep him that way. Okay.
I
There
know. I was muted on purpose. I was listening. And thank you, Jesse.
All right.
I'm
Well,
trying to
if no one else has anything for this month, if I can get a motion that we conclude this meeting and someone to second it, please. All right, Eric looked like he was either saying bye or he made the motion. Oh, he's saying bye. He's seconded. Okay, somebody make a motion.
I make a motion and Eric just seconded it by video.
There
So-
you go. All right. All right. Thank you everyone so much. Look forward to seeing everybody in November.
Thanks, guys. Bye.